We are just inside the Beltway, about 10 miles east of the Capitol Dome as we come to you from FedEx Field here in Landover. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Las Vegas Raiders and the Washington football team. Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there.
26-yard line.
They'll run for the first time with Phillip Lindsay. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
On second down, a run with Lindsay. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
And he's got Edelman for the first time. That's complete. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 48-yard line. They'll run here with Lindsay. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. It was Maurice Hurst who got him down. 45 yards.
That's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Brady's throw there complete. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
1st and 10.
The former 7th-round pick, Julian Edelman, just continues to have such a productive career.
And has made himself into a receiver. Remember, he was a college quarterback, and not just a productive one, a very good one.
At Kent State, right?
Yes, a great leader, a guy who could make plays with his feet and his arm. Got to the NFL and had to convert into being a receiver and was drafted that way. And that conversion, oh boy, it's been good.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Here's Brady to throw. And he'll find his favorite receiver. That's Edelman. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
Well, I know from past experience, before you actually play a game, you visualize what's going to happen. And I don't know anyone who doesn't visualize themselves being in the center of what's going on. That's 3 catches for him here in the early going. He's got to like the way this is starting.
Absolutely. 3 catches on any drive is good. Opening drive, that's a tone setter. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Here's Brady. And that is incomplete.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
Brady's incompletion on first down leads to a 2nd and 10. To throw again. Brady. That's complete right around the 8. And he'll get this down inside the 5 to the 4 before he's out of bounds. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. So play number 10 now coming. It's been a long opening drive, but this is 3rd down. Here's the first carry for Bo Scarborough. He didn't get the touchdown, but he did get the first down as he's tackled at the 1. They only got 2, but that was enough as they'll convert to make it 1st and goal. First and goal at the 1. They'll try to run with Lindsey. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. Phillip Lindsey, his 4th touchdown on the year. And Washington takes the ball down the field and scores on their opening drive. Matt Gay on for the extra point. And his kick is no good. An inauspicious start here kicking-wise as this one stays a 6-0 game.
Matt Gay set to kick off.
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. This is Jakeem Grant. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
Grant on the return. The Raiders take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Throwing on first down is Murray. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield. Complete. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And it'll be 2nd and very short. Let's see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion...
Murray has it knocked loose. Fumble. And it's Washington that scoops it up. And he gets it back into the end zone. It's a fumble recovery leading to a Washington touchdown. Huge play by the defense, not only to force the fumble, obviously, but to return it for a touchdown.
And I know it's no fun for anyone who plays offense, but isn't it fun to see how a defense rallies when there's a fumble return and everyone tries to find someone to block and bring it all the way home?
I always like their celebrations because they don't get there that often.
No, they're not choreographed very well usually.
Following that fumble recovery, it's Murray. He's going to go deep for Funchess. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Looks like a second empty possession to start the game, and certainly not the way you want to start when you're coming off of a loss last week. Every team talks about starting fast. They're hoping on their next possession, it can be a delayed fast start and get them going.
43 yards on the punt, return of 4. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. The drive will commence with a run by Lindsey. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Balled at the 26, 2nd and 7.
Watch the screen, watch the screen, watch the screen.
Shotgun now for Brady. And he'll get this to Antonio Gibson complete. Give him 2 yards on that play, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
And that's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
Brady's throw on 3rd down there is incomplete.
And this is what you want to see from a defense. Give up an opening drive touchdown, that's fine. But how about them going back out there, recommitting themselves to the task at hand, and forcing a 3-and-out and giving the ball back to their offense.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. And he can't field it cleanly. It's loose. And it's Washington that scoops it up. Was hoping to make a play there on the return with his speed. Instead, he makes a play for the other side.
Yeah, and how many times have we heard coaches say, you know, sometimes it's not really about those X's and O's we draw up. It's about those Jimmies and Joes. And when you have a punt returner, he's one of those Jimmies and Joes, one of the best athletes. He's unable to make the play that they were seeking, though.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Sometimes I forget how much information he has to go through before the ball's even snapped. But what a diagnosis right there. Saw the play, shot through the gap like a rocket, and ends up spilling it for a loss.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. From the gun, it's Brady. Out quickly to Judy. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. 6-0 our score after 1. They'll run with Lindsey. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. It's a gain of a couple, and it'll be 2nd and goal. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
Here's 2nd and goal, operating from the 8-yard line. Working from the gun, it's Brady. And his throw here is going to be incomplete.
I know tight ends love this route because a lot of times they'll fake a block first and get a little bit of space and then come across the middle because in their mind, they're thinking catch the ball and then drop the hammer on the little guys in the secondary.
Unable to drop the hammer, he just dropped the pass. A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal.
44 to Mike, 44 to Mike. Check. Watch the curve. Check it.
To throw is Brady. He dumps it underneath here to Lindsey. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now 4th down. And Gay knocks this one through. And that will make our score 9-0. A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
And credit the defense, too. Make sure that happens because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through.
A lane opens here. He's past the 30.
On the return, the Raiders take over 1st and 10 at their own 36-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And I would say they went 3-and-out last time, but actually they didn't even get to 3-and-out. Still a strange decision to us here in the booth.
Yeah, let's hope they don't go 1-and-out, but maybe, possibly, let's try and think with them here. Try and play field position maybe, turn the ball over, put it in the hands of their defense. Who knows?
You're a nice man. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Throwing now is Murray. Setting up the screen, this is Samuels. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
Samuels.
The last catch did get 3, but they're still left needing 7 yards on 3rd down. Out of the gun, here's Murray. Throw left side complete. That's Grant. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
And a 7-yard return following a punt of 45 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. There are none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
On 1st and 10, here's Brady. That's caught by his tight end, Gerald Everett. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. It's another 1st down as they bite off 23 more on that one. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Now a carry for Lindsey. And he'll get 4 here down to the 35-yard line.
Ball carrier.
So if you've been playing defense in this one, there's a little bit of the good and some bad because they did give up the touchdown run to him earlier to shut him down otherwise.
Outside of that, you're exactly right. I would say they've contained him very well. On 2nd down, it's Gibson.
But that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
Washington on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. And the Raiders have got him. Max Crosby in there to get him for a loss of 9 yards, and that also leads to 4th down. Washington going to send out their punter as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And now a low liner. I think he mishit it. A special teams mistake there, no doubt. Just 26 yards officially on the punt. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10.
15-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And 3 and out on the last drive. No points on the scoreboard. A little soul-searching now?
I would say so. They need to help out their defense a little bit. They've had to be on the field a lot more than normal, put them in some tough spots. But what's the old adage? When you get another chance, it gives you a better chance to do it right.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Here's Jacobs. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays.
13 yards. 1st down, Las Vegas.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now a carry for Jacobs. And he'll get this forward only for about a yard, as that's going to take us to the 2-minute warning. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
Tyrell Williams was the intended target. 3rd down here.
9 yards to go.
Murray going to throw. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40.
Complete.
Give him a first down, 15 yards that time for the Raiders.
15.
Thus far, it hasn't been a real fun half for them, but a play like that may get them off the schneid a little bit, get them loosened up and moving.
Kind of seems like they've been sleepwalking and still sitting on 0 points.
And it's not always making an adjustment. Sometimes it's just going back to what you know can work and finally getting it done.
And incomplete, a drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up second down. Throwing again, Murray. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Ronald Darby. And now off to the races, down the right side. And he will bring this one back. It is a pick six for a Washington touchdown. So this defense doubling its pleasure there. Remember, they had the fumble return for a score earlier in the game, and now this time an interception return for another score. And it's up and good.
Makes this Washington 16. Raiders nothing.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. Jakeem Grant now to return. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
The Raiders take over first and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And a first half that really has not been kind to them. A late opportunity here to maybe make some inroads on this deficit before half.
And this drive's going to go a long way towards telling us whether they actually have a chance to come all the way back in this game or not.
Murray trying again after the pick six. That'll be complete to Cook. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
Well, normally you see three tight ends in a formation. You have to think to yourself, this has got to be a run. And I know as a safety, when I saw that, I took an extra step or two towards the line of scrimmage. Instead, they threw the ball, and he found one of those tight ends for a very nice pickup.
He'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Now, after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. 2 yards the loss, second and 12.
A loss of 2 brings up second and 12.
A first throw for the backup Trubisky. He'll find Williams on the slant. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. And, Charles, a couple extra defensive backs in here on 3rd and 1.
Not expecting them to run it at all.
From the gun, it's Trubisky. That's going to be caught by Williams for a Raiders touchdown.
Complete to number 16.
Tyrell Williams as the first half is winding down. And the Raiders get a score closer. The way this one was going, you just got the sense they needed something before half. They've at least got something on the board now. Still trailing, but a good sign.
That takes me back to our preseason tour of NFL camps. You remember we talked with that one coach who said his emphasis this year was scoring in the last 2 minutes of a half, heading into the locker room. This hits it right there. Take that momentum, take that good feeling, and take it to the locker room, regroup, and start over. They got it here.
They did indeed. A lot of football will have to be played. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. They're set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. We're under 20 seconds to go in the half. I'm guessing the wise play here is be safe.
That is the wise play, because if you think about trying to fool them.
It's caught inside the 25. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime.
1st and 10 at the 22-yard line.
So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. Operating from the gun, Brady. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go. So on 2nd down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. He connected on his first. This time it's 39 yards away. And Gay missed it. Pulled it off to the left. And this score will stay right where it is. So an empty possession there. What do you think went wrong, Charles?
Well, it looked like maybe the plant leg might have given way just a little. And when that happens, guys have a tendency to pull through the ball to compensate. And in doing so, sent this one off target.
And they'll come out with a 3 tight end look on the first play of the drive. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. He finds an opening past the 40 as they finally wrangle him in at the 48. So we come upon halftime with 9 points separating these two teams. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Set to kick off.
Gay now set to kick it off. Grant sets to return it. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
On the return, the Raiders take over 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking? The football comes out. Jacobs lost it. And it's Washington that scoops it up. And they came out of the locker trailing. Not a good way to start this second half with their first drive.
Can't imagine that the discussion at halftime encompassed this at all. In fact, I'm sure they talked about, okay, kind of wipe the slate clean, start the second half, and let's go out and play the way we know that we can. That's not a great example of it.
They didn't envision that. 2nd and short now following the fumble. On the ground, it's Jacobs to start the drive. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
And it's 3rd down.
They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there.
I think it's pretty evident we can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Look, all any running back wants is a little bit of room, a little bit of space in order to maneuver. But he also understands how difficult it is for his offensive line up front. So if they give him any space, he realizes it's his job to make more out of it than what they give him. Picks up 3 on that carry.
That one tossed left side into the hands of his tight end. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 11 yards there, 1st down.
first and 10.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try to put the hammer down and finish this one off.
He's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
34-yard line.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
Well, remember, they tried to give him the ball and let him run on the last play, but I think the light bulb went off in their play caller's mind, and this time, they get it to him the more conventional way, and it's much more successful as well.
So the ball down to the 16 here for first and 10. Into the red zone, it's Brady. That is caught at the 7. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. 10 more there and another first down. Great mix of play calling so far. 3 runs, 3 passes. All 3 passes have been completions. First and goal.
I think on defense now, you have to almost take a chance. Rely on your scouting. Pick a play you think they would run here and just load up for it and see what happens.
It looks like a jumbo set with 3 tight ends here for first and goal. They go back to the ground now with Lindsey. And a penalty flag down as he gets only about a yard. And let's listen in on the call. That time the right guard sending him backwards.
And so many different types of guys rotate in on the defensive line now depending on situations. You can get the bulky guy, the fast guy. No matter what, though, you can't hold him.
From the gun, Brady. Oh, incomplete. A turnover would have really helped there. Almost intercepted. Instead, it's just second down.
Second and goal.
Again, it's Brady. And that is caught. Touchdown, Washington. Julian Edelman. His second touchdown on the season. And Washington is able to stretch their lead.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical. That's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the third quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
Here's Gay now to add the extra point. He missed one earlier, remember, but this time he gets it to go.
Matt Gay set to kick off.
Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away. The return man is Grant. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30.
Team Grant on the return. The Raiders take over first and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football. And he cannot avoid the pressure as the Washington pass rush gets home. But that's Grady Jarrett who forced his way through to register the sack.
It's second down.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now second down and 22 yards to go. From the gun, Murray. And incomplete on the deep ball.
I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for them. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Shotgun now for Murray. And that is incomplete.
That's an excellent job right there on third down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a first down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's fourth down.
His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. So a change of possession here on the punt. And Washington will have a short field here as they take over 1st and 10. On first down, Brady. And that'll be complete to the running back, Gibson. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down.
The 34-yard line.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. And they'll run on the inside handoff. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
Well, from an offensive perspective, that was a tough run because he only picked up 3 yards. Well, let's flip it over to the defensive side. They now have the advantage. 3-3-yard gains. That means they're punting the ball likely on fourth down. That's what you're looking for when you're playing defense.
Snap will come from the 31 on 2nd and 7.
Just like that. Just like that.
Now Brady on the bootleg. To the right side, and he's got Edelman. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
1st and 10 at the 23-yard line.
3 tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10.
You can't block me. You can't block me.
They'll run. It's Lindsey. And able to get about 3 as he's taken down right at the 20.
Max Crosby on the tackle. It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 20-yard line.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Another run by Lindsey. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up.
3rd down.
The Raiders call on a nickel set here for 3rd down. Here's Brady. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
So that's a 7-play drive that ultimately stalls out there at the end.
And things were a little leaky in the beginning on that drive, weren't they? But how about the front 7? As they got closer to their goal line, things stiffened a little bit, forced the field goal.
Here comes Grant on the return. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
The Raiders take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
2-yard line.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. To throw on 2nd and 6. Murray. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Jacobs. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Murray now. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle him after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Being chased out left. And that one goes incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them. And I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
Throwing is Murray on 3rd down. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. That one will go as a gain of 11. Raiders having a 1st down as well.
This defense has certainly had an outstanding second half, haven't they? I know they just gave up a 1st down there, and for the offense, they're hoping that that's something that they can jumpstart with and maybe start to move the ball a little bit better. But it's been tough sledding for them here the entire second half.
And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1.
Brought down.
Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a 1st down again. And they've got 3 tight ends here on 1st and goal to add some extra mass. Here's Murray as he sets to throw it. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Able to get there and pick it. And he is all the way up past the 25. Well, just another reason to celebrate there on the defensive side with the interception. And this is a game that they clearly have firmly in their grasp.
Yeah, a lot of handshakes, a lot of hugs, a lot of smiles. It's been their day.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable 4th quarter lead. And he'll get about 3 here as he's out to the 30.
On the tackle.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Now a dump off here complete, and he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a 1st down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
On 1st and 10, it's Lindsey, and he stopped immediately there.
Corey Littleton.
Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd.
They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL, and he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
And he will force his way forward for a yard or 2, but I have a good feeling this will be coming back. Can see this quite a bit on running plays with the guys out wide. A lot of times, though, it doesn't get caught.
You're exactly right, because it's away from the play usually, so a lot of it goes undetected. But I know this will surprise you. I coach some receivers in the offseason. We work a lot on hand placement and blocking downfield. Might want to take that course.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. They'll go again with Lindsey. They're back now to the original line of scrimmage thanks to that 8-yard gain. 3rd down now to follow.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Washington on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. Here's Lindsey. And he can only manage to take the football to the 40, and that is well shy of the 1st down marker. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a 4th down. Washington going to send out their punter as he's on to kick it away. And here's a very low-line drive, almost whiffed on it. Only 29 yards on the punt there, definitely not his best. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10.
At their own 33-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case.
Murray's pass.
That catch good for only a couple. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on 1st down.
At the 35-yard line.
Operating from the gun, Murray. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
The Raiders on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 8. From the gun, Murray. He's airing it out for Williams. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
We've seen that the deep ball's been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it. Unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
Murray sets to throw on 4th. It's complete to Grant. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. But no reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th.
Las Vegas.
Now Murray off play action. And this is taken in one-handed. What a catch. 7 yards the pickup there.
What a catch and one-handed, and I'm starting to lose my awe about the play, and maybe I shouldn't. How much of this is the player? How much of it is the glove?
Well, those gloves, they do have a little grip to them,
They get a little extra tackiness to them now, and I know the guys in the NFL, the competition committee, some other places, they're talking about examining those gloves to see if they're having too much of an effect on the game.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. And the Washington pressure gets to him. He will go down. Grady Jarrett in there to take him down on what will take us to the 2-minute warning.
And it's 4th down.
So it's Raider football as we get you reset. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. He can run for it, and he will. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and Washington will have it on the turnover on downs. So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't have mattered. This one, it was already determined.
No doubt about it. This one was over a while ago.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. They're in control here as they start 1st and 10 and appearing to have righted the ship following that 2-game losing streak. Right off the bat, it's a 1st down to start the drive, 12 yards.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. They'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. It's Scarborough again.
He was hoping to get to the edge, but they did a really nice job of forcing him back inside. That's excellent fundamental defensive football. Don't let them outside where they can really shred your defense.
On 3rd down, Gibson. And he will have a 1st down here at about the 40. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues.
Well, partner, what do you think? Might have been 4-down territory if they didn't pick it up, but...
Yeah, it's a moot point now. I was curious, so if they didn't get it there, would they have gone for it? I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, we didn't have to make that call, but I have a feeling both of us would have said, go for it.
So a victory here for the Washington football team. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the 2nd half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the 2nd quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the